Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chalice Round 3. Somehow, the underworld team, my first underworld team I've taken to CCL, well, on a serious CCL run at all, really, but it's only to Chalice, has made it through to Round 3. And we've got in Round 3 probably the worst matchup for Underworld, which is Dwarves, and certainly a tough matchup in terms of the coach, because Singollo is a former Chalice champion. I'm pretty sure one of the top coaches going, although you expect that, I guess, in the third round of playoffs. But regardless of how the game goes, we have a top tier commentary team for this game. I've got, I think we can all agree, the number one Blood Bowl power couple, Dizzy Bess and Day Day in the booth. Dizzy and Day Day, good morning. How are you doing?
Morning. I don't know if we're the Blood Bowl power couple, as you say, but that's very kind of you.
I'm going to take it. I like power going to my head.
I'm going to shout them both out. Dizzy is a long-term streamer, has been streaming for ages, streams a variety of games, including Blood Bowl, but also other games as well. Day Day is just starting out in streaming. He streamed plenty on Dizzy's channel, mostly as a victim for horror programming, but Day Day actually is more of a Blood Bowl player as well. So Day Day has just set up his own Twitch stream. Is it Day Day 95 or is it just Day Day your Twitch?
It's Day_Day95 because for some reason Day Day is one of the most contested names out there, and that we really struggled to find a name for him, but that one worked. And he is going to be doing his first stream this week on Wednesday. So yeah, check it out.
So yeah, definitely give them both a follow, but especially today, give Day Day a follow because he's brand new, and it's always that tough first bit getting everyone onto your channel, discovering that you're there. So hit that follow button; it doesn't cost you anything, and Day Day's awesome. So you want to do that anyway. Jakala just raiding in. Jakala, thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, Day Day, I just cut you off.
That's all right. I was just saying I'm blushing.
Well, I think Day Day's awesome. I think Day Day and Dizzy are both awesome. And Day Day did amazing commentary through GG Tour this weekend. But Imponent is sending the invite, so I better do an introduction before we get to that. This is my Underworld team. It looked better before the game against the Goblins in the previous round. We've got MNGs on probably the two most important, not probably, definitely the two most important players in the team, which is our Horns, Juggernaut, Mighty Blow, Claw, piling on Killer. Very, very useful piece for hitting dwarfs with. And also our movement two heads thrower, very useful piece for running away from dwarfs with. So two big losses. But we have still got two claw players. We've got tackle, which is relevant because their runner has dodge, so I'll show you in a second. We've got the other thrower who has got leader for the reroll and has got, well, dodge won't mean a lot in this matchup. And that's mostly it. So it's mostly a team of goblins with a couple of players that aren't goblins, which is not ideal when you're up against room min-max. This is a dwarf team that's been really min-maxed. Up until this game, there wasn't even a blitzer on this team, so it was just Longbeards, one Troll Slayer, and one runner. Really, really min-maxed dwarf team with just all the skills at once. Mighty Bow everywhere, guard everywhere. The stand firm is a shame we don't have the Juggernaut for. Do I have any hope at all, guys?
I think you do, definitely.
More optimistic than me.
We've definitely got the numbers on them, and I think the, like you say, that tackle piece on that runner is going to be really important. Interesting that they have taken an armor up on that runner as well, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
but if
I guess that's because they didn't have a blitzer or a second runner before. So this blitz, like I said, is brand new. So before, if this gets injured, there's just no one to carry the ball, like at all.
Yeah, stray rock or something.
Yeah.
Cross our fingers.
If they use that piling on, then we all know what's going to be happening there. So, like, I think it is possible, definitely. I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be a very good match, but I think it is possible to definitely go through this.
Singollo is sending the invite again, so I'm going to accept it, so don't keep him waiting because we have hit start time. Guys, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much for doing this, and I'll see you on the other side.
No problem.
See you on the other side.
Good luck.
Morning, everybody. How are we all doing this Monday morning? Tree has got a lot of inducements. I think that was something that we didn't really touch on back there. She's already gone straight for the wizard. Now the question is,
Glart. It makes a lot of sense here, isn't it?
Like Glart and Skitter. Yeah, get that stabbing in.
I mean, just movement 9 piece as well is nice to run away from some slow fat dwarves.
Yeah, and because obviously those two players are out, that means that it does allow her to get these. Because otherwise, if she still had those two players on the team, she had a full 16-man roster, so the star players wouldn't have been able to fit on. Yeah. So, in some ways, it's a sort of blessing in disguise. But we'll see how effective they are against these dwarves. Ross, they're getting comfortable on the sofa. Oh, look at this little eye. Okay, so the dwarves have won the toss, and I think we can
actually get on.
Actually go in.
I do really like the Glart pick. It's a very I don't think it was rocket science to pick Glart there, but it also gives Tree another claw piece. It maybe takes the target off her killer just a little bit. And it also means there's a backup if something does happen to it. It's nowhere near as good, obviously, but dwarves are never happy to see Glart, are they?
Ross is trying to distract us. He really is. He's showing you definitely how to properly put your bed together to make it the most comfortable it can be. Bless him.
Got any hidden biscuits in there?
Any that may have been dropped earlier. Yeah. So it looks like Tree is starting quite far back.
I think it's just trying to mitigate damage early on because this is just horrible.
There's a lot of claw, not a lot of claw. Sorry, a lot of mighty blow and a lot of guard. So yeah, like keeping those players back, just putting a couple of goblins up front.
If I'm honest, Lady Yeti, I forgot what I said as well. I was also watching the dog.
It's a Daisy stream. Yeah, is that our joint? Is that our combined name?
Oh, Daisy? I hope not.
Oh dear me. Okay, so yeah, Tree setting up really far back there, mitigating as much damage as possible from the dwarves. Is there only one SV? Dizzy Day. Maybe Dizzy Day.
I like Dizzy Day. I think that's, we're talking about the really important things here. Not the Blood Bowl. We're talking about what our couple name is.
And if you're talking about Skaven Blitzer, then yes, there is only one Skaven Blitzer.
Yeah, the Storm Vermin.
Yeah, Storm Vermin, Skaven Blitzer. Oh, Tree gets to set up again.
What dwarves do you want to get punched by? We'll go over here and get punched by these dwarves instead.
I think this drag comes down to whiz usage and throw teammate should make the score. That's also the thing, is like the wizard use in this. It could be good at dealing damage, but are you going to want to hold on to it until either your drive or the overtime, if that ever happens? Where are you wanting to use the wizard here?
Okay, so Tree's bringing the troll in. And the blitzer. So actually using this to put a bit of pressure. I mean, this could go well. This could go bad because it also means they're in punching range, but
Is Tree saying here, look, just go down that line, score, and go for it? Or because the danger with perfect defense is to overcommit or to give yourself an advantage, but that could go wrong. So I don't know if we should summon dub skulls.
Oh.
Okay, first one, no armor break. Second one, triple skull. Gets the POW. There it is. But it's just a stun. That's nice.
Yeah, we just need all of these goblins to be chads, really, don't we? And just tank these hits.
Oh, that's unfortunately not quite how that's going. There's the KO.
Firion let the side down.
Hey, so Singollo's
I'm sorry, Firion. No, it's...
Oh, Ross has decided that actually that bed shape that he had there was not how he wanted it to be and is rearranging again.
Firion saying they didn't die. That is true, but you did get removed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, pickup is good thanks to that Edge 4 on the runner. Did they just dodge away from... They just dodged away from the troll. We've got dodging dwarves. What is this?
Troll comes in for the first claw hit. Let's see some murder.
Nice pow.
Oof, a little bit more murder we need next time.
The doggo's more interesting than the line of scrimmage. He's really not happy with how his bed was made. He needs to rearrange it. Like, it's a vital thing for Blood Bowl observation.
Mm. Yes, we've got some breakfast Blood Bowl for you.
Could we switch the screen sizes? Oh, poor Tree. She watches this back and realizes everyone's more interested in Ross than the cave.
I think she knows.
I think, yeah. I mean, there's a reason she has the Ross cam. Oh, there's those double skulls you were wanting.
Ooh.
Still not getting it down. Stand firm, keeping it there. Oh, there's the POW. But we're okay. Oh, piling on comes in.
Not surprised to see this, really.
No, but it does nothing on the troll's armor. I'm just not interested in watching dwarves be slow.
Can't wait. Is that why you got knocked out?
Oh yeah, we're having a big foul coming in now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh, maybe not.
No, I was expecting the dwarves to foul there, but I guess they are trying to stop the counter foul on the troll slayer.
I think they're just trying to mitigate it, aren't they? Just so it can't get up and get a claw hit in. That's really the scariest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to draw Tree in, but she's going completely the way. So I do think she's sort of saying, look, I don't want to get into a big fight here. Just go and score.
Yeah.
I like Tree's approach of not playing this drive. I don't think it's not playing this drive. I think it's just not allowing too much damage to happen to her team. The goblins, I don't think.
She's playing it her way, isn't she? It's like we're playing the game that the underworld wants to play, not the dwarves. I think there's so much the with the killer. I'm guessing you're on about Buttonfly.
Yeah, I think she's not going to be drawn into using the fireball, even though there is at least a 4 dwarf here. Yeah, she's not being drawn into it.
This is going to be a quick half.
No one wants to.
I think it's a weird one, isn't it? Because realistically, if you're Tree here, and Singollo, the game's going to be 8 halves and maybe 8 more if we go to overtime.
Yeah, 8 halves. Gosh, that's a long game of Blood Bowl right there. Oh. You'd be here all day for that. It's what, 16?
8 halves of 8. It's 64 turns.
64 turns.
64 turns of Blood Bowl, guys, and it's all going to be this.
I think that's also why she wants to push for the score here, is because she wants that player back. The question is, because I've seen this, I've had this happen against me, is somebody not scoring on their turn 8, so that I didn't get a chance to get my KO back before the second drive.
Yeah.
Could that be I don't think it is, but could that be a tactic that Singollo brings in here?
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it will happen. The only time I'd ever consider that is if it was something like the troll or something that's
Yeah.
it's KO'd. But even then, you know, in Chalice, I think if you're not scoring, you're
in a bit of trouble.
yeah, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So with the dwarves like just running with their short stumpy legs and stuff, it's
Was it only a goblin? Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
only a goblin. Yeah, so it wouldn't really make sense to do that. Plus, Tree has got so many goblins in the reserves box as well that it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and I think Singollo here is just smartly running away because with the dwarves going down the pitch, it means the claw blitz was on.
Yeah. Guessing they're going to try for overtime and save the wizard for that. Potentially. I mean, the threat of the wizard, as we know, is a lot stronger than the wizard itself.
It's a double GFI blitz going on here, which I think is what we're seeing.
Yeah. Oh no, GFI fail. I mean, might as well use a reroll here.
Yeah. Passes.
There it is. And it's just pushes, unfortunately.
Okay.
Hey, Cheeky Jimmy. Collie! Hello, Collie.
How are you?
So we've had a very interesting first half of a lot of passing turns. But there we go. There's the troll, really stupid. So it's the dwarves' turn 8. Are they going to try for some hits here?
Yeah, I think they'll take the they'll take the one on the killer, won't they?
Yeah.
Knocks it down. Fine.
Yeah. Super fast turns. Yeah, there have been some incredible.
Okay,
fast
and now the game begins.
Well, we've got one more turn, haven't we, before it is Tree's drive?
Yeah, so there is the one turn potential here. I mean, you know, if this one turn pays off, then it's looking amazing, right?
Tree's put well played and Singollo's gone, lol, nice joke. There we go, the KO does come back.
Yeah, don't panic, guys. We're not
running out of goblins anytime soon.
No.
Okay, so now we're really going to see where the two teams are going to push a lot more into this.
Yeah, it's interesting to see if Singollo is putting that blitzer on the line because, as we pointed out at the start, there is only two real ball-carrying pieces in this team. There, you've got the amazing runner, and then you've got the blitzer as a backup. If you take that out, then
yeah,
you start to worry, and well, anything can happen then.
In the law, can you imagine paying for a ticket to this game to watch the two teams spend most of the half just looking at each other? Good stab one's also glot blitz to try and create a gap. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we can get a one turn here,
Yeah,
to even it up, that'd be huge. Although Tree's not put a goblin next to the troll, which worries me a little bit. Ross, and in anyone wondering about Ross, or for some reason has not looked at Ross for a little while, he has made his bed finally to a point that he can settle and go to sleep.
the coverage we all care about.
What would you prefer, Ross commentary or Blood Bowl commentary, guys?
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see if see Tree trying to get as many claw hits as possible here, because that's also
I'm thinking maybe Tree's going to go for a skitter one turn.
Could do. I
Has
mean,
skitter got side?
they do.
Doesn't have
No,
side
they
step.
don't. They have.
They've got dodge, shadowing, and stab with prehensile tail.
I'm assuming Singolo's made sure that there's tackle everywhere on that back line, apart from the troll slayer, but you still got to go through it.
Yeah. It's better dies, just less reroll reliability. That's
Yeah.
interesting to say. Reroll reliability. Pitch invasion. Oh
Well,
dear.
this could ruin it.
Oh, that takes.
Does that ruin it? It's a touchback though, so
You can give it straight to Skitter. It doesn't quite ruin it because now it's less dodges because that's out.
oh yes, it is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. I think you got this for.
You've just got to get the
Skitter.
2 pushes. That's the real difficult bit here. Is the
Yeah.
2 pushes.
So looks like she's going for the goblin at the back for a GFI hit on this one.
Yeah.
PC, they're in turn 8. So if you do a whiz turnover, then that's Tree not being able to do the 1 turn.
Yeah, so it's probably blitzing from the corner. Yep. Is there anyone in the backfield who can help out here? There is.
Yeah, they probably would have been going to fetch the ball. Pitch invasion left a gap on the side. It did, yeah, that's what I was looking at because that Troll Slayer is now down. So you just need to dodge through that.
Oh no.
Oh, the loner reroll failed.
Okay. Gets the first push. Can you get the second, really? I don't think she
I
can.
don't see how you can.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, double ones at the worst time.
That's where some frenzy would have been really nice on the team.
Mm.
Perhaps the goblin was better after the rock. Maybe. Frenzy is never wrong.
Now, Dizzy,
Oh yeah, there was a gap. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
you told me that I had to do some sort of joke.
Oh yes, the halftime joke.
Is this a thing? Like, am I just ripping off all of Hellboy's stuff now?
I don't know. I wasn't.
know.
I think it wasn't it Tree or was it me?
I don't know. I don't
can't
know.
remember who it was that actually said you used to. Go on, do the joke.
No, you didn't miss the stats, cauliflower, because there's no stats. I didn't prepare for this.
Tree asked for a joke.
Tree asked for a joke. Right, so I was really struggling to come up with a joke actually because I don't really do those sort of things. So I figured I'd just tell a story. Actually, I figured I'd tell 2 stories, but the first one is just the time I used to work for the juice factory. However, I got fired because I couldn't concentrate.
There's no reaction from chat. I don't know
I
how it
know,
went
it's so
down.
bad.
Okay.
I got a
okay.
hat. Was that a pity hat?
Tumbleweed from cauliflower.
So the genuine story though is the time I was going to tell.
That's about the right level.
I was going to tell the time that I.
It was not a pity hat. Okay.
Oh right, that's good. That's good.
Oh, we had ads. No.
We had ads. Oh no.
Oh dear. That is. I mean, it's they could punch a hole, but I don't think they're going to get to it.
It just takes away the killer hits, really, isn't it? Like this, the storm vermin's going to get punched. So if anything, it hurts more because you miss that. Morning, Spleggy.
Hey, Splaggy. So what was this other story that you wanted to
So the
tell
other
us?
story I was going to tell is about the time I went to San Francisco.
Oh God.
And
Are you really going to tell that story?
Yeah, it's
You're
fine.
actually. Okay.
It's fun. It's quite funny.
The chat will agree about this, but okay.
No, it's about the time I was getting my food spat in all week, definitely. Because I was unaware of the tipping culture in America. I wasn't unaware of it, but it just didn't come naturally to me. It wasn't my natural instincts, and I had a mishap with a bathroom function. And something got clogged, I think is the best way. And anyway, this attendant came up in record time to fix it. And I felt like, so, wow, the service here is amazing, right? And I was like, it's my own mess, I'll clean it up, blah, blah, blah. We're not wanting to go into too much detail because it's early morning. And this guy insisted that he deal with the problem. So he did, dealt with it. And I just went, bye, and closed the door. And then the person who I was sharing a room with was like, how much did you tip them? 20? And I went, tip?
Oh dear.
Yeah, Collie. They want a tip. They didn't get one. Ooh, pops dodge.
Oh dear. There's the reroll.
Just get them the glart hit.
Juggernaut. Just push it.
I think
there's the hit.
It has to be said, I think, at the moment, though, this was already a tough matchup, and I think...
This blitz has just really, really hurt it.
A lot of things have really gone against Tree, haven't they? Employment laws, basically, business has all the right. Yeah, and, you know, obviously... It was never a deliberate non-tip sort of thing if I'd have thought about it, because obviously what they were doing, but yeah, I was just completely oblivious and was definitely getting my food spat in all week. Get blitz, not of anything. Yeah, she has had the rough luck with the dice here. Goes for the one dice.
Manages to just push it away. Hey, Andy Roo. Yeah, a lot of... Oh dear, that's a shame. It's just the wrestle piece, but... Okay, Day, do you want to explain why rerolls in this half are so important?
Oh, do I get the honour?
You get the honour of doing it, yeah.
Okay. So, for anyone who's been new to the game or living under a rock, in overtime, your rerolls do not reset, so you need to save your rerolls for that. But also, if at the end of overtime, if scores are tied, then we go to kicks. And kicks are decided by rolling a dice and adding your reroll. And so it's a term commonly known in the community as kequity. I think that's a valid explanation. I don't really do it justice though. Like Cauliflower and other people are much better at describing kequity, and Hellboy, of course, much better.
Dwarves just getting the push on the troll. She's shooting for overtime. I think she might be shooting for overtime as well.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be like Tree will be hoping to get there without having to use the wizard to do it as well.
And in terms of the one turn, I think the troll snaking did not help at all. But I can't quite say for sure if it was on with the with that first hit, if it was wrong or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely ruined it for sure. But yeah, a round of practically no damage here is definitely what Tree needed.
Yeah. So there's a lot of guard around it, but the star player is based. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, nice. Only pushes. But giving Tree an opportunity here to gain a bit of ground with that blitzer.
She might be looking here just to outpace the dwarves.
Yeah. Oh, is this a GFI?
Yeah.
Makes it, and she's going to pass to what's he called?
Skitter, isn't it?
Skitter.
Completes the pass. So yeah, the dwarves will have a lot of backtracking to do.
Yeah, they have pushed really far forward and to the right. So they're and it's going to take a lot of either dodging or pushing things away for them to get enough players round. Okay.
Yeah, just bringing that goblin in there just to tie up a few more. That's a nice start.
That's very nice on Glart.
Yeah, Singollo using his guard well there to make sure that although the star player runner was based by Glart, Tree just couldn't get a hit in. That was anything better than a 1 dice at best.
Tackle and grab there. The grab hasn't really come into play all too much this game, has it?
Not loads, no.
I don't think I've seen it used other than then.
Oh, fails Dauntless.
Skull and into a pout.
Oh, Singollo chain pushed his way onto... Oh, this is very
Collie makes
done.
a really good point. That was a reroll there for the dwarves.
It
so
was.
They are now equal in their equity. The equity.
Think of the equity. That is a massive 1 in 9 there, though, with the blitzer staying up. That's probably the most important thing the killer's done all game.
Oh, here we go. So powers the killer down, but does not break its armor, but gets next to the next to Skitter.
I think this is just
a fairly simple blitz away, isn't it?
Yeah, you probably blitz it clear. It's not a stand firm dwarf, so
good turn for Tree here. No removals or spotlights. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Just a push, but that's all she needs to get that dwarf off of Skitter.
Yep.
And now she can move that throw one more pace. So probably, just forward, not basing. I suppose actually, for Tree, using that reroll was less dangerous for her than it was for Singollo because that's a leader reroll. So now, at least, if that leader player gets taken off, it won't affect the rerolls now.
Well, I think Singollo has a leader as well by the looks of things on his runner.
They do, don't they? Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about this runner in the back. It can
very easily get to Skitter.
It can get to Skitter.
I mean, I think if you're Tree here, you've got 2 options. You either try and dodge through with Stunty and tag it. I don't think that does a lot. Or we might see the bolt at the end of the turn on the runner.
Oh, pops dodge.
Fine. Now has got the dodge for the dodge. Well, they can get out basically. Nice. Ooh, rolls a 3.
There we go.
You know, whenever I'm describing what Blood Bowl rolls, I've said this to you many times, haven't I? But I feel like Arnold Rimmer from the bit where he's describing his game of Risk from decades ago, and he's there just there like going, and then I rolled a 2 and a 5. No re-roll here. I think Tree's making the right decision.
Yeah.
Singollo basing up all of the as much as he can, really. I'm assuming it's just going to be the runner sack.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it dodged out.
Taking that hits first. Just a stun. Push.
How much stalling can Tree do here? Can dwarves do 2-turn touchdowns? I'm not sure. I think they probably can.
I think it depends if the blitz is still on the pitch, because usually in a 2-turn you're throwing a pass, aren't you, or something like that. So it's going to be really difficult. They can easily get the ball, but not get down the pitch.
And hello, Ham.
Get Skitter.
Oh. No armor break, though, which is nice.
I have a feeling we'll see the wizard here next turn now, because I don't think you re-roll this because of Kequity.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you bolt this, don't you? Hope for death.
This is no death, but it did take it down, which is good.
Yeah, you just had to, really, because there's not a great deal of well, you don't have a lot of options, really, do you, from that position?
No. Even 1 turn is possible, but not. Yeah. Killer is terrible at killing. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I think Tree's going to come in with her a thrower to come pick this up.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a GFI here, or?
No, I don't think so. I think she's done something else. I might have needed the GFI, but I feel like she's got something else. There we go.
Troll standing up is also very nice. No.
Oh, no.
Here it again. You're not doing very well at staying on the pitch, are you, Firion? I can't say. I know I teased you earlier, but I can't say I blame you. I think I wouldn't want to be a goblin in this matchup, but not dead. Not dead.
The thin skull. Oh dear.
I mean, the one bright side is if you lose a goblin, you like just replace it with another one.
Yeah.
So I think at best there's a 1 dice here with the runner. Oh, they're just blitzing Skitter.
Mm.
Gets the POW.
I think they're just trying to force that score. They don't want to.
Yep. And there's a stun. Pretty much just forcing Tree to roll a 1 in 9 because you'll have to put the reroll into it, won't you, as well?
Mm. Split stab score. Maybe, but you still got the tackle on the other side, so even if you do manage to stab,
Yeah.
I suppose like you could potentially get a.
I mean, if it's the only thing you're going
death.
for this turn, if you're just planning to dodge out, you might as well blitz stab because it's free.
Yeah.
And you never know, you might get super lucky and murder the runner.
Yeah, it doesn't turn over if it doesn't work.
Yeah. And we all want to see a little bit of that runner get murdered. But that armor comes into play now. That... Yeah. We're seeing the
here it
blitz stab.
goes. Ooh.
Oh!
Oh, it's huge. Oh, it's huge.
It did a murder.
And
It's the apothecary.
No, it is back into reserves, but the stab did a thing.
It's all right.
Stab did a thing.
Tree can just stab it again. Is she stalling this?
I think she might be trying to stall this. Do you go for it? Ooh, she might be trying to go for it.
I think this is risky either way. I think she just doesn't want to give them too many turns to score back, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I will say that Tree has become a master of
Instant reroll there.
is the risky stall.
Definitely has become a master of that risky stall. Oh my goodness.
There's been many games I've seen Tree play and I've just gone, no, you can't stall here, it's impossible. And then just 3 turns later, we're still here. Yeah. Just a stun on Blood Bowl Nuts. Oh, sorry, Lady Yeti. Oh. Can you still hear?
I can still hear, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think she'll be forced to score. I think she's going to struggle to stall out much longer.
Yeah. I mean, the difference for dwarves between 4 turns to score and 3 to score is pretty big, though.
Oh, chat's out.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Skitter is
okay.
taking a beating and
He
just...
really is, yeah. Even with Mighty Blow, that didn't break armor.
Yeah.
93 people injured just like that. I know. The biggest hit in this game. What was that?
1 dice on Glart.
Gets the pow, gets the grab. Glart is fine. Okay, Tree. What's she doing? She's going to try a blitz? Try a stab? I don't know.
I personally would just go for the blitz stab and score. I don't think you can stall this out.
Yeah, I think she's doing just that.
See a murder? Oh.
No, stab did not work.
Well, 1-1. Let's go.
Okay.
I mean, Tree will be hoping for a deep kick here, to force the dwarves into having to pass or something.
3 turns, you have to contest. Yeah, she's definitely going to have to do contest time. Firion does not come back, though, unfortunately, from the KO.
I can't blame Firion. 3 long turns. Yeah, Lady Yeti. I think it's not going to be like the Dwarf Drive in the first half, that's for sure. Well, she is Oda Blitz, isn't she? Like, the Dwarves got a Blitz.
Yeah.
In that drive, so, you know, see. Ready, chat.
10
That's fantastic news for Tree.
If it wasn't a blitz, that is probably the next best one.
That's really good news. Probably secures the overtime or next to secures it. Graylease is knocked out.
That's fine.
All the pals now.
All the pals.
Cauliflower. No!
Oh dear. Yeah, I think they're going to struggle to score in 2 turns.
Oh. I saw the first 2 skulls then, got excited, and then realised those are both down there.
Block did do a thing.
Yeah.
It tends to do a thing.
I mean, if it gets really bad for Tree, the numbers rise, we can just bring out the Boosh coefficient.
Yeah.
Which is, if for anyone who's unaware, if there is a punch that needs making,
You yell boosh.
You yell boosh as you do it. And it turned out it worked really well in my game against Jimmy Fantastic, so you know.
Yes, that's why you won that game.
I had the boost coefficient. It is facts. Thank you, Collie.
If anyone who has not seen the Day versus Jimmy Fantastic game, it will be going up on my YouTube channel. Probably today. I'll put it up today.
Yeah. But for now, booshing. Get back to boosh. Don't like him basing the claw.
Oh, yeah, he's just put in chat, lol, I'm an idiot.
Oh, no.
I don't think they're in range.
That is... Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. I think that gives up a few hits, really. You've got... What, 3 claw hits, potentially, incoming here, right? Okay, 2. Yeah, Skitter runs away.
Don't let Skitter get hit.
Yeah.
Hey, Narion, how you doing?
Oh, armor break.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, remember the boosh.
Remember the boosh. We have to remember. Chat, we need your help to yell boosh whenever Tree makes a hit. Are we ready?
Boosh.
Ready? Boosh. Oh, it didn't actually have a pow. You forgot about the riot. Thought you had another turn. Yeah. This time.
Oh.
For God's sake, Tree, stop rolling pushes. The mighty boosh. They are the mightiest of booshes.
We've worked out the flaw in the boosh coefficient, which is if you don't roll pows,
it doesn't work. Right, if you see a pow chat, then you can yell boosh at
Yeah.
although not for the dwarves. If you
Yeah,
go for the dwarves, then that'll be the wrong way round.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yes, yeah. So she mutes herself for the Chalice games, and we take over, so she can fully concentrate and be in the zone.
Yeah. So instead of hearing about
Who booshed?
instead of hearing about actual thoughts on the play, yes, immediate apo there. You get boost coefficient conversation while a game of Blood Bowl is going on.
Thought something was off with the accent. And also, like, because there's 2 of us as well. I don't know if Tree's managed to split herself into 2 people or not.
Hellboy did it.
Hellboy did do it.
Hellboy did it like very successfully in Andy Davo's Chalice games. Some have even said there's a foul coming in here.
It looks like it.
This with the blitzer.
Send off. It didn't send off.
No. So we're going to overtime, which means Kequity is a thing. But Tree has lost the toss.
Oh, the KOs did not come back, which is really annoying.
Boo.
Multiple. That sounds like being 2 people at once was exhausting. Oh, I can imagine being 2 people at once is very exhausting.
Yeah.
So while Tree is setting up, I'd just like to point out Ross has been happily, comfortably sleeping throughout this entire game. He managed to find that perfect arrangement of blankets and cushions to have a nice nap throughout this whole thing. Being one person at once exhausts me most days. Fair. Yes, 'tis me. Hello. And I have a Day with me. He agreed to co-commentate.
They let me out of the box.
Yes, you're going straight back in then once we're done.
Yeah, we need positive energy in chat, don't we, for this?
Yes.
We need...
Just for the morning, though. What's in the box? Not a day at the moment.
Yeah.
You also live in a box? Do you have Wi-Fi in that? Do you? I don't tend to allow him the Wi-Fi.
I can't be trusted.
It can't be trusted.
I might send outside communications with the Wi-Fi. So it's just help me. I'm trapped in a box.
Thanks for popping in, Ariane. And hello, Andy Candy Cookie Pie. Hope you're doing well.
Hello. Okay. Give us a 10.
10. Oh.
That's not a 10. Actually, we got the 10 on the actual weather roll, so we nearly did it. We nearly did it.
The 10 was in there, just not quite in the right place.
Not where we needed it.
Yeah.
So, Space is stunned.
Trolls getting...
Oh, that's big. No. That's a big removal.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not that. Not that. Crystal did so well there, actually, just standing up to all those dwarf hits and then staying in the game.
10 on AV was also wrong 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were too powerful in the gimme a 10. It gave us them all in the wrong places.
Just not the one we needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to learn to control that power more, don't we, before we use it in the public again. Okay, so the blitz is coming in here.
Oh, here comes the pound.
This is you getting hit, I think.
Is it me? Haha, I live.
You can't use the power of 10s against you.
Yeah.
You invented the power of 10. Okay, so I reckon we'll see the killer blitz here, yeah. Oh.
These damn pushes, they're not in the right places.
Yeah.
They need to be against tree, not for tree.
Yeah.
I have to say though, Tree is getting very good at playing games fairly quickly. Like we've not even been an hour and we're in overtime.
Well, I mean, the first half was just basically towards one up the pitch. They punched like two things.
Stare. Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon the dwarves will probably come in and take the blitz on Glart here, won't they? And just try and get him out. Because if you're Singollo, you're probably looking at this and just going like the claw and is what scares me.
Yeah. I don't know what you do here either,
not.
to be honest. It's
I think if you're Tree, you try and chip away at something. Hope for a mistake, maybe.
yeah, there might be a potential cage dive, but with the amount of guard that's around, it's going to be really difficult. Like, depends how scared of the uphill dice you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll see Tree just take the killer blitz here.
And yeah,
right.
There is a
Boosh!
Oh, nice. And it's the ready chat. Boosh.
Oh.
We didn't collectively boosh hard enough.
We tried.
We tried. We gave it a good effort.
We're warming it up.
What happened here? His dwarves trying to tie with Underworld. It's a very big achievement. Yeah, Tree's done very, very well to get the dwarves to overtime.
Yeah. Dodges out, so I think we're seeing another claw hit.
Yep. I need push.
And then do you dodge out? I think you try and dodge out. Really, it's not really worth trying the armor.
Hmm.
Yeah, just leave those goblins down. Gets Glart.
Oh. Okay. That's all right.
Apologies, everyone, for the technical problems. I kicked the wire.
Actually, a ditch attack could be cave dive stab from Skizzer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
These stuns are going to be hard to live with.
Yeah, if that one turn works at the end of the first half, we could be in a very different position. But it's how one turns go. Like they are very.
Yeah.
I don't want to say temperamental because that's not quite the right word, but they just.
Oh, see, Singollo has left the 3 dice red POW on, like the 1 in 216.
I mean, triple POWs do happen, as you are very well aware.
Yeah, I have red dice POW'd.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
You've red die triple POW'd me before.
Yeah, they're difficult and I think, like, sadly, that makes them so great when they come off, right? Because then you don't get them every time. Okay, gets the push. Maybe we see it does get the skitter Stab potential.
I think she's going for it. I think she is.
I think you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
Puts the
Dodge. Here we go. Stab.
Oh,
no. There's the boo! Exclamation mark boo in chat.
it was probably our last best hope, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Hopefully there's a way. Maybe some just pushes here. That's not a push.
That is the opposite of a push. Wow, it's not quite the opposite of a push. All the boos are coming in.
Boo. Gets the POW on Raven. The armor breaks are coming now as well, which is probably not helping.
Get Skitter down. That's huge. Do not want a Skitter KO there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
looking rough. Yep, another POW.
dwarfs doing dwarf things. They do, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the cage dive here, isn't it? The hero play.
Yeah. She's going for it. Oh! Oh.
Nuffle gave us hope.
And took it away.
Well, that is GG, I believe.
Cheers said thanks for the game in chat, so...
I mean, it was always going to be like a very difficult game anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, dwarves are never an easy matchup against things, underworld and stunties.
And as was said in chat earlier, like getting to overtime alone, I think is a fantastic achievement.
Oh! That was really very, very exciting.
Oh, if only there was no rerolls.
Wow.
We gave it a good crack. We gave it the chance
game.
we could give it, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. And someone said in chat, and we've reiterated it a few times, that the fact that you even got the dwarves to overtime was a massive achievement. So, congratulations on just doing that.
Yeah,
I've got Clark MVP.
It doesn't matter. The team's finished. But yeah, it was one of those games. Like, it felt like it was an uphill matchup to begin with. I mean, my first half strategy was pretty transparent. I felt like I was giving myself a few different ways to win. Like I could win either by making the one turn or score and use the wizard on a short dwarf drive rather than trying to use it on an 8-turn dwarf drive, or try and win in overtime. So I felt like I gave myself 3 ways of winning. And I thought about that before the game. If I lose the kickoff, what do I do? And, you know, of those options, well, the one turn we got the pitch invasion, which ruined it. I think maybe I still stuffed it up. Like, I think maybe there was still a way to do it, and I actually think I stuffed it up, although obviously then I rolled a snake anyway. So the one turn doesn't work out. Then my drive, we get blitzed immediately, which means I have to do a really chaotic drive. Obviously, I don't want to use the wizard when I use it, but I think if I didn't use it there with it being on bludge, I wasn't going to get it back. So it was like I had to use the wizard when I used it. We did get them to overtime with the help of one very lucky stab. And then we lost the overtime coin toss. And at that point, you're sort of really hoping something crazy happens. A deep kick might have given us a shot, or something like on the kickoff event, anything happens to that runner. But none of that happened. It was a short kick. They went straight into a cage. And at that point, I still managed to get a hit on the ball, right? It was an unlikely hit because it's Skitter with a stab needing a 10.
Yeah.
But I still managed to get a hit on the ball. So I felt like I played to all of my outs, and it just wasn't, it wasn't our day. But was always likely, right? Like, we had to be lucky to be Singollo playing dwarves with the team we had. So
no, it was a very good match, and I think everybody in chat really enjoyed it. And there, like you say, there were definitely some opportunities there that it could have gone your way. It didn't. I think there was a lot of pushes in some turns, which really didn't help. And then in the overtime, the armor breaks just started coming, and as soon as the troll was gone, it was kind of like, oh, this is going to be really hard to get back from. So you played really, really well.
And I felt like in overtime I had to put the troll on the line, actually, for the reason that it was less likely to disappear, and then maybe it could stand up and be in the way and stop them from moving a cage. Like, I felt like at that point I was in such a sort of tough spot. It was like, well, you just got to throw it there and see. I mean, that was the other thing, like talking about like playing to the different ways I could win the game. I was hoping by turn 20 or whatever we were on, I might have removed some dwarves from the pitch.
That's what I was gonna say.
I did have Claw Mighty Blow. My actual killer, I think, didn't knock a player down until turn 18. Other players did, but the actual killer didn't get a knockdown, I think, until turn 18. So I'm not too sad. It was underworld in Chalice. Like, you're not likely to win, and this is probably the worst matchup you're going to get is Singollo on dwarves. So you give it a go and see what happens.
I think also when it comes to your, like, you mentioned like the one turn attempt, like you kind of like pre-think it in your head, like, oh, okay, this is how I'm going to do it, work it out, and then to have the pitch invasion, like, even if it is still doable, it completely throws your thinking, doesn't it? Like, because everything's changed, so you have to quickly work out what you're doing.
Shamba's made a point in chat, which is totally fair. Like, I did spend 8 turns hiding. Do you know what? There's one turn I really regret, which is turn 7, because I could have moved the killer closer and still been out of dwarf blitzing range, and then I wouldn't have had to do that GFI on that hit that I took on turn 8, and then I wouldn't have had to re-roll the GFI, and then I could have had a re-roll for the hit. So I definitely cost myself at least one blitz with that one that I was annoyed about, or at least a re-roll on the blitz. I mean, the other thing was that, like, when I got blitzed on my drive, that player then was not able to do any of what I wanted to do with it, because every turn was just fighting a fire. Every turn was like, I was pretty proud of myself for scoring on that drive, to be honest, because I think if I hadn't gone the turn when I went, and sure, it was ended up as like a total potato. Like, if I hadn't gone that turn, I wasn't getting to the end zone. Like, I think I was completely snookered with like how badly the situation had gone after the blitz. So scoring at all felt like a bit of a triumph. And then I did get lucky with the riot that meant that Singollo wasn't in position to score by turn 16, which was nice. And then, 50-50 on the coin toss. If we win the coin toss, maybe we win the game. Maybe not, but we at least would have had a chance. Give the ball to Skitter and see if you can score quickly. So
the fact that you're walking away from this game and we can all go, well, actually, there was a little bit of a chance. Like, if it had gone differently, I think it's maybe better, in the matchup Underworld versus like Singollo's Dwarves. The fact that you're walking away going, oh, actually, maybe if that was a little bit different, we could have walked away with that and got the win. Is just testament to like how well you played and how well the game plan was thought out. Like you said, you gave yourself 3 outs really. And on another day that one of those could have worked, and the one turn could have gone well, could have worked, and you walk away 2-1 winning after overtime, before overtime, sorry.
Yeah, that was it. And like, I think with a game like this, that's like, I mean, I don't know if that's helpful for anyone because I know some people played more or less. Like, I think for a game like this, you've got to try and think beforehand, like, what are the ways that I can win this game? And for me, that's why I gave up the first drive. If anyone was wondering about the first drive, for me, I felt like I had a better chance to turn the dwarves over and score on a short drive than on a long drive. So I was thinking to myself, even if it's 1-0 at half time, and then say even if we score on turn 4 of the second half, if I haven't used the wizard, then the dwarves are in a much more uncomfortable position because they can't just rumble up the pitch like they want to do really slowly. Like they've got, especially with that min-max build, like no speed. So then like, if I'd had that wizard, putting them into a 4-turn offense sounded okay to me. It's like, well, then you're going to have to stretch a bit. You're going to have to push and something might come unstuck. That was why I sort of, I wanted to go that way. Like, I know like the sort of completely like don't play for several turns probably isn't that fun to watch, but like, yeah, it was, I think it was the best chance you had with Underworld. Because if I just left my players there in that first drive, the most likely thing that would have happened is I would have lost a lot more players much earlier in the game. And
well, we saw what that drive was in overtime anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, we had some Ross commentary going on because he was rearranging his bed, so we managed to do a bit of commentary on that. So it worked out.
Were there any other things that you guys wanted to ask me about particularly, or any like turns that you were curious about?
Not really. I think what we were talking through was we would say things and then you'd start be doing it. So it's like a lot of what we were talking through and thinking you were doing, you ended up doing. So I think you played it probably about as well as you could have done. I don't think there was much.
Yeah, I think the only thing that springs to mind for me, and it's not even I would have done this. It was just I could see why you were doing it, was the before you scored the stall the extra turn. I'm assuming it was because you were thinking you make the drive, like you say, shorter for the dwarves and make it harder and it worked for you with the riot going your way as well, and then reducing them to 2.
Yeah, so once the wizard was gone, I felt like 4 turns was going to be really hard to stop them from scoring. And I was looking at for a while, like I was seriously thinking about dodging the claw blitzer to try and make that hit. And I just thought you can't, because it's then a dodge for that on a 3+, and then the ball carrier on a 3+. You probably just won't score. So at least the stab was like a free hit. You can't fail it. Like you can fail it, but you can't turn over on it. So if I do it and it doesn't work, then that's fine. We just score and give them 4 turns. But it gives us like the tiny chance, even stabbing armor 9, that you might get them down. Of course, that was like the one time in the game when I did just high roll, because that's like a 10-10 we rolled. And then suddenly you've got a whole extra turn of stall because the rest of the team is so slow. Like there's no one off.
Yeah.
Shambo saying, when I cast the runner, how excited were you? I clapped. Like I physically clapped. Like I sort of jumped out my seat a bit and clapped because I was like, oh my God. Because of course as well, like you see the injured animation and you don't know right away. Like there was a chance that could have been a perm and then the apothecary might not work. And if that player goes out, then genuinely the game is wide open.
Yeah.
Because they don't have other ball carriers really. He did just hire the blitzer for this game.
Yeah, and I think I did notice as well, like Singollo, I think they fouled once with that blitzer as well, didn't they?
Yeah, it was on like
I was
16.
there going, that's a little bit risky because if that gets sent off, and something like you say, like a random 10-10 perm, you know, that runner, that they're in a bit of trouble, aren't they? Really, because they haven't really got a ball carrier then.
Yeah, it's a really like bold build that Singollo has, because he didn't have the blitzer until this game either. Like he was running without a blitzer, so like up until now in Chalice, it's just been like if that runner gets hurt, there's no one to carry the ball. I guess he hasn't faced. I would guess he hasn't faced a wizard yet because they've been without that blitz. They're like 1600 TV. So well a little bit more, but like around that. So I guess like you just think, well, I can protect it. I've got all this guard, which he does. But yeah, it definitely seems a bit scary to me. And I'm sure on his side of it, when he saw that stab work, there must have been at least a moment of panic. And again, you know, what's a little bit sad about that is like, what if the claw had done some work earlier in the game and he'd appoed something else? Like, what if it had done something a bit sooner? But yeah, we lost a bunch of claw hits to the blitz. Basically, the blitz stopped us from taking a lot of the blitzes the blitz for them stopped us taking a lot of the blocks we would have taken.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, yes, as Jamba said, I gave up the first half. So yeah. Thanks everyone who's been in chat. Obviously, I haven't been able to reach out. I did at one point. I tabbed out of the game quickly just to check something in my email, and I accidentally pinned someone's message, and I was trying to unpin it and couldn't work out how, so I gave up. So if something popped up saying I pinned a message, that was just because I was trying to tab out of the game for a second.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't see what the message was, so I was just there like,
I think it was a stabbing emote.
Oh, right.
So it kind of was an appropriate thing to pin, actually.
Yeah, no, my phone was buzzing a bit. I just wanted to check something, and so I tapped out, and then I was like, "What have I done? Shit!" Oh my god! But am I getting another Hellboy song? Oh wow! I live in Brighton, Hellboy. Now I'm very excited. I don't know if I should encourage that to go into a song.
It's going to be Christmas number 1.
Oh, am I going to be Christmas number 1?
Yes.
We're going to push it.
But yeah, I think I should wrap up the video here, because if I'm going to stick this on YouTube, thanks. You don't have to jump off the call, because I'll end the YouTube video and then we can keep chatting, Dizzy and Day Day. But thank you, Dizzy and Day Day, for commentating this game. Thank you to everyone who's supporting me along this little run. It's been a lot of fun in the end. Like the Underworld, I can't believe we qualified them, getting through 3 runs, getting to round 3 of Chalice, taking even the game we lost to overtime. Quite proud of it. So thank you, Dizzy and Day Day, for commentating the last bit. Dizzy did another game before as well. Thank you everyone for hanging out, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.